Understanding the keys of happiness and actually getting the things is really a lot easier than people think. But one of the first things to do is forget to think about what won't give it to you. A lot of people grow up on the wildest, hottest, sexiest body and sexiest person to be with them. They fall in love and live happily ever after. But that doesn't always work out that way. People after a while grow old. Sometimes they find out that, well, things just didn't work out like they thought it would. There's a lot of factors involved. Then there's money. I enter the lottery myself. I'm not stupid. If I can win 50, 100, 150 million, sure, why not? Was $3 going to kill me each week? Yeah, well, the only problem is a lot of rich people before committed suicide, ended up addicted on drugs, and had other downfalls as well. And some of the people who win lotteries end up getting where they hate the fact they ever won it. They end up in all kinds of problems. I mean, can you imagine how many people are going to come up out of your past that all of a sudden decide to tell you they love you, and they were scared to tell you because they're afraid you'd hurt their feelings, or you've got some lost relative who needs a couple $100,000 for some surgery and they're about to lose their home, and you get the idea. There's a lot of things people think will make them happy, but it just doesn't work out that way. I've got kind of lucky. I've began to figure it out. But the problem is most of you won't try it because it sounds too easy. And let me promise you something. It's a lot harder than you think starting. You see, you got to learn to think about things differently, look at things differently, analyze them differently. Not worry about things, not hold grudges, be hateful, antagonizing. Now, I want you to sit back and think of something. Okay, well, some people may say, well, Jesus wasn't really the Son of God or whatever. He did say a lot of things that people really and truly believe. They believe they are great words of wisdom, and they're true. Now, I personally believe in Jesus as the Son of God. If you don't, that's up to you. We'll get onto that later. But Jesus said, the number one commandment is to love thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul. But today I give you a second and equally important commandment, to love thy neighbor as thyself. Jesus also said, I did not come to be served, I came to serve. You see, the thing is, a lot of you don't really realize that it's what you put out into the world that really hits you the most. And I say this because everything else out there is sooner or later going to fall apart, get old, get lost, stolen. Jesus even mentioned that too. He said, why gather up riches on earth that can be stolen, lost, eaten by the moths? Why not build up treasures in heaven which no one can steal? And it's words like this that made me understand it's not what all I have got. I've got a nice motorcycle. It could get lost or stolen. I got a Dodge Charger. It could get wrecked. I got a decent house. Rebuilt it, got it all set up. Tornado could come through. I got some money in a 401k. Stock market could totally crash. Hit another Great Depression where everybody's in soup lines. So you see, it isn't that. I've learned that one must create his own ripple. You're like a rock that lands in a pool. When you hit, you make a little bit of splash. And with that splash is ripples that spread out everywhere. These ripples, they're your effect on this world. They're the good or the bad you put in, or the indifference that you put into it. It's these things that you would judge yourself by. Yeah, because automatically you're going to look at yourself. Because see, you can't hide the truth from yourself. You can sit there and tell everybody you're great, you're fantastic, you're a wonderful person. But at the end, you'll know the truth. Peace and happiness comes within. And one writing said that Jesus told people, if you look for heaven in the air, the birds will get there first. If you look for it in the sea, the fish will get there first. Heaven comes from within. You know, there's also such thing as heaven on earth too. Now, it may not be the same as the heavenly realm that God lives in, but the thing is, you need to do what you can to make a little part of this earth heaven on earth. It doesn't have to be a big spot. You don't have to change the whole world. Do what you're capable of. Some of us have got more to work with. You know, some people are filthy rich, some people super intelligent, some great singers, some great philosophers. I mean, there's all different kinds of people, all different kinds of talents and abilities. But no matter who you are, how big or how small you are, you can make a difference. You will cause a ripple effect. When you talk to somebody for just 2 minutes, you help change the events of their day. Whether because you make them think of something, you make them remember something, you cause them to react, or they just listen and think. You've changed them. You've changed their series of events. You can do this all day long with everybody. And it's not a problem. It's not all that hard. How hard is it to feel sorry for somebody that's down, remembering the fact that one time you had been down? When they're down, can't you say a little something positive? Even if that's all you can do, can't you say a little something positive? Put a little bit of a smile in their heart and their mind, maybe on their face. Can't you maybe share a little something with somebody that's down on their luck? I'm not saying you got to give away everything you own, but if you do, that's great. If you feel good about it, that's great. But remember, you can't take it with you. If you have extra, don't be afraid to share. Most all of us have extra food. Have company over once in a while. Feed them. Be happy to feed them. Have some good conversation with them. Put a smile on each other's face. Live your life. Be friends with those both above you and below you. Try to never put somebody above the other, because we're all equal. We're all children of God. You see, in the end, it's all going to come down to how you see yourself. I wonder how God's going to see you. But if you don't believe in God, though, you still see yourself. Were you kind? Were you loving? Did you make a difference here and there? How many regrets do you have? How many things are you ashamed of? Yeah, we all do stupid things. Don't think I haven't. I still have to say I'm sorry for things. I'm not perfect. But we can all try. And when it gets right down to it, in the very end, and all throughout your life, you are the main one that matters to you. If you don't take care of yourself and worry about yourself, be who you can be, what you can be, make the difference, make that good ripple, make that good effect in life. That's what's important. You know, I found that even holding a grudge against somebody is really bad. And it's not just because the Bible tells you not to. It's really bad. Anger, disgust, feeling nauseated over somebody. How can you have that inside of you and feel good about it? You can't. You've got to let it go. You know, you can be mentally and spiritually poisoned, and sometimes your emotions do it. All right, you can hurt yourself better than anybody can, because how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, the way you feel about everything. Do you really take the time to smell a rose? Smell how beautiful they are. Do you enjoy eating a cold watermelon on a hot summer day? Take a little dip in the water sometime. Holding hands with somebody. Hugs. Kiss goodbye. Kiss hello. Calling somebody you haven't seen in a while. These are things that are going to be what makes who and what you are. What kind of ripple effect you are. I may not have a whole lot to give the world, but I would like to make a big splash. I'd like to leave some positive ripples. And I ask you to do the same. Be happy. You be the keys to happiness. You give the keys to happiness to somebody else, and you'll find them right back inside of you. Give it a try, not just for a day, but for the rest of your life. Goodbye.